Hello, everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for the first edition of the 2023 year. We've been fixing everything.
It's been a while. Forgot how to do it.
Right? We did. We forgot how to do it. We're a couple weeks off, and always powered by Game 7 Baseball, Game7Baseball.com. And as always, leading off our month on Youth Baseball Talk, we have with us Dave Penning from Game 7 Baseball. Dave, how was your holidays, buddy?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Happy New Year to you all. And holidays were great. Exhausting. Glad they're over.
You ain't lying.
I think that's the way. Yesterday I was watching some bowl games, and I'm like, all right, I got to get back to work, man. My brain is just, come on.
Having 10 days off, my significant other, she was off for like 13 days with the holidays, the way they fell for her work and stuff. And she had to go to work this morning. And I'm like, you good? And she's like, I have zero motivation right now. And I'm like, yeah, no, I got back to work yesterday. You know, we had our first night of lessons for the new winter season or whatever. And it was jam-packed, and I was like, got 3 hours in, I was exhausted. It's like, man, by this time I'm sipping waters on the couch, And yesterday I was sipping energy drinks and eating Uncrustables and Cheez-Its.
Strawberry or grape?
Oh, strawberry, 100%. Okay. Come on, man. It's
cannibalism. Hey, there's a great comment. We'd love to know that. If you eat Uncrustables, do you like the strawberry or the grape? That's the question of the day.
Well, what about just the peanut butter? They do just have peanut butter.
You can't do that. That's wrong, man.
It's
peanut butter
you can add
and
honey.
Jelly, PB&J. If anybody just eats peanut butter, that's just wrong.
I think it's interesting that adults eat Uncrustables. So there's that.
Dave, what do you think?
I got to say, I've never heard of an Uncrustable.
Oh, man. You know exactly what it means.
Smucker's Uncrustables. Fabulous PB&J, the strawberry. I do like the grape as well, but I think you're right. I prefer the strawberry over the 100%
grape. Of the time. Yeah. And it really tells you how much weight I like to put on, is I like to fry my Uncrustable.
You deep fry them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I may have to try that.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I've never thought about deep frying them.
There's a reason I'm over 270. So I deep fry my Oreos.
Dave is sitting over there going, why am I on this show?
He has no idea. This is about Uncrustables and .coms.
The Food Show Network or what?
Oh, man. Well, it is the first show of 2023. We have no idea what we're talking about or doing yet.
Off the cuff.
Oh, mercy. But anyway, we got Dave on here to talk a little Game 7 baseball. You guys are getting ready to head down to Nashville. What you got going on down there, buddy?
Yeah, Mr. Schmidt and I are getting a road trip. We're leaving Thursday for the big ABCA convention there, American Baseball Coaches Association. Huge event. Do a lot of networking there. We have some meetings planned up there from some vendors and some coaches. And while we're in Tennessee there, we're going to meet up with our fabulous Tennessee staff, Jody and her crew there. We're going to meet up with those guys there and catch up on some things and make it a full 4 days of meetings and good stuff, networking like that there. So looking forward to that. Be a very productive trip for us. And like I said, we're leaving on Thursday for that. We'll be back on Sunday.
When you're talking vendors and things of that nature, what are you guys looking for in that respect? What are enhancing, like having people come into the tournaments with product or this or that? What are you looking at there, Dave?
Well, just anybody. I mean, it's a huge convention. It's like the World Series of conventions, if you will. So anybody who's everybody, there's going to be there, and a lot of vendors for like souvenirs and awards and things of that nature to give away. We're always looking to be ahead of the curve on things, innovative and mix it up and get something new to provide for Game 7 awards. And coaches, a bunch of coaches are going to be attending there. We have some of those lined up, some meetings lined up. And like I say, we'll meet Jody and her staff, and we'll meet some of the Tennessee club coaches that patronize Game 7 throughout the years there in Tennessee. Meet with those guys and maybe take them out to dinner and see what they have in store for 2023.
It's a fun event. If you ever have a chance to go, you need to go. I mean, they, like he said, they have vendors all over, so they'll bring in bat companies, apparel companies, souvenir companies, things that you might not think are associated with baseball, things like the travel stuff, the wagons, all that stuff. And what's really neat is as you participate, they do giveaways and stuff like that. So, you might walk out of there with something pretty cool. And typically always have great speakers, somebody of influence and stuff like that, and an ambassador in the sport. So it is a great event and, of course, in a great town.
Yeah.
You got to have fun in Nashville. Are you staying in Nashville or are you staying on the outskirts of Nashville?
We're going to stay right in the thick of it. We're going downtown Nashville.
So
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, he's
get
having
in
a good
there.
time.
Just go ahead and get in there, Dave.
Yeah. I've been practicing my two-step, my honky-tonk. I got my boots ready.
Oh, boy. I want to see him in a cowboy hat. I bet Dave will look good in a cowboy hat. I could see it right now. He's not going to look like Rip from Yellowstone, but I could see him looking good in a white cowboy
Stetson?
hat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Little 10-gallon or something like that.
I have a Stetson.
Yellowstone.
I wear Stetson cologne. Oh, God, that's awful.
I
You
do.
guys, sorry, back to baseball. I'm off track.
I have a Stetson. It's a fedora, though. They make fedoras.
I could see you in a fedora,
baby.
like
I love it.
backwards, like the LA vibe, Stetson backwards, trying to watch
I'll have
Mookie
bring it
Betts
in
throw
and show.
baseballs.
I've had it for almost 30 years.
Don't bring it
Those
in.
things hang in there. They're beautiful. It's a gorgeous thing.
Anyway.
Speaking of vendors,
There's probably Stetsons down there.
I'm
Dave's
sure we
trying to
can
get
find
it back
one.
under control.
There's sun
Yeah,
hats.
We, there are a bunch of vendors there, and we'll Kyle from Dinger Bats. We're going to be hanging out with him in his booth there. So come on by and check us out at the Dinger Bat booth.
Man, have you
There
ever
you go.
met Kyle?
No, I have not.
So I've met Kyle for a little bit, I guess giving a little bit of love on the show. So hopefully, Kyle, I'll tag you in this later. He has come a long way with his company and what he does. And if you ever get a chance to, put a dinger in your hand, it's pretty fun. I still wish if he watches this show to bring back the T-shirts. He used to have a shirt that said, "How do you hold your dinger?" And it was literally the bat grips of different eras and stuff like that. They had split grips and all the different things. And it's such a, as an immature person, it's also an awesome shirt for me. But he's right. Kyle is a fantastic dude, and he's not too far away from here. And his stuff,
just in Illinois, right?
Yeah, Ridgeway, Illinois. And Kyle's such a good dude to work with. If you have a team and you're playing in wood bat tournaments, and actually that's what we used down there in Branson last year. When we played in the wood bat tournament for 14s, we did a little bat deal with Dinger, and so all the kids got custom bats with custom colors, their names. So he'll take care of you.
That's cool.
Yeah, the customization, the personalized, he'll personalize the bat. Really neat color schemes he's got, and the turnaround time is outstanding. He makes them right there in Ridgeview, Illinois. So, Kyle, like you said, great guy. We're going to be hanging out with him in his booth. We're going to bring some of our samples down that he made for us. And again, award bat. He made us some nice little fungo bats. And at the Home Run Derby, we didn't have them in 22, but we'll have them back in 23. We ran out a little time there. But the Home Run Derby for the World Series contestants, he always does a phenomenal job on those things. They turn out really well.
Nice.
Very good.
He's worth it.
When you're down, Jody, we've talked a little bit about Tennessee. We've never really gotten into it big time. If you can go on the website, go check out. They have tournaments there around the Nashville area. It's not in Nashville, but it's in that vicinity. Correct, Dave?
Oh, it's a little bit everywhere. That's why she advertises Middle Tennessee, because, if you look, I don't think when April and May, June, July rolls around, I don't think she has anything under triple digit numbers. So that's a lot of teams. So therefore, it's going to call for a lot of parks, and that's why she listed as Middle Tennessee, because it's like fishing. You don't know what you're going to get. You could have a 60 12-year-olds, 11 and 12-year-olds. So that's the reasoning behind why she puts Middle Tennessee, because there in Tennessee, she has a bunch of parks that she has to house those triple-digit teams. Very few of them have more than 12 fields at one complex. So she has to rely on multiple sites and facilities, if you will.
Yeah, because I was looking, and I've looked at different times. I think it was 3 different ballparks that I've seen that she uses. It is in the Nashville area, but it's not just Nashville proper, and I think that's why. So when you're talking about triple digits, you're going to get into a tournament, and that is going to be a worthwhile tournament to get into. You talk about a 12U tournament with 30 teams. If you're going to play in a tournament, I don't care what if it's AA, AAA, whatever. You put yourself in a mix of 30 teams. That's a tough tournament to win.
Oh, heck yeah. And plus it creates a little bit of a rivalry thing. I know that you have that when you're playing with 6 teams, but when you're going to, events and you're seeing 30, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm one of these top dogs, and you do this week in and week out. Next thing you know it, you start to get people wanting to beat you. So I think it's fun for competition to also see that many teams in an event, because obviously people at certain ages will not travel until they get a little bit older, so you're going to see them.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to want to beat that team, it creates a little bit of, I want to get through this to face that team, so you have to get through the grind of the the championship brackets and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Just plus you seeing a bunch of kids at the park.
Is she pulling where does she pull most of her teams from? I know the area around there is pretty thick with teams, but does she get some stuff from Western Tennessee as well as maybe up out of the South there?
Oh, yeah, she gets them all over. And like I said, she gets a lot of teams from Kentucky and Alabama as well that come participate in her events. So, yeah, she does a great job on it. It's just not just the Middle Tennessee teams. There is a bunch of them that are loyal to her and come every year and play. However, we get every sanction that comes through the national office here, and she gets a bunch of Tennessee. Alabama teams and Kentucky teams and Indiana teams that come play her as well.
That's a pretty good pull, because Nashville, I know it's towards the eastern side of the state, but still it's kind of in the middle, really, isn't it? Nashville is, so
yeah.
It's kind of centered right there. So you have a travel time even from here. I think is 5.5 hours from St. Louis, about that. Unless Dave Schmidt's driving, right?
Yeah, I've got my seatbelt.
Are you gonna hang on to that little?
Ready to put on, and my hand grip ready.
Yeah, I actually didn't know else it was called. I think about that handle as something different, and I was like, I can't say that on the air.
No, we'll leave that. Everybody knows.
Oh man, I'm like, yeah. Highway 24 driving down there has to be one of the most boring drives, though. Driving through Illinois there, that 24, it's just it's a mess. But you get to go through and see Superman, I guess. What is
Metropolis?
Metropolis? Thank you.
Metropolis.
You've never been that far?
Yeah,
okay.
I just didn't think about it.
Oh yeah, I mean you could stop and see, and then isn't that the same route that? Never mind, I gotta say it. I think that's down Highway 44, maybe. The Fudge Factory.
Oh, Uranus.
Uranus.
Yeah.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, that's on 44 towards Springfield.
All right. It's wrong. That's right. We did that going down to Branson because we stopped at Uranus, and so it was.
It's fudge,
great to eat
right?
Fudge.
It's food.
Yeah, in a little park.
Yeah.
In Uranus, it's a great place to go.
Yes, it is. Dave, we'll bring it back to baseball, bro. We've got some early tournaments.
It's been 2 weeks since you've had me on this show.
Oh, man.
You're getting 2 weeks of, I've been waiting to have just a little bit of fun.
Oh, mercy.
Stress-free.
We still have some discounts, don't we, going on, Dave? We got one ending on January 7th. Why don't you go ahead and throw that out there as well, bud?
Yeah, that's the club discount that ends. I think what is that Saturday? I think January
Yeah,
7th, and then
I believe so.
the last offer we'll have for the year will be ending on February 7th, which is your 3 for 30, 4 for 40, and 5 for 50. That will end on February 7th.
Very good.
Scheduled in there. So
And
a lot of these Branson ones and Lake of the Ozark ones, and a lot of St. Louis older 13, 14U venues selling out quick. So if you hadn't already made out your schedule, don't drag your feet too much longer, because when you get into those older age groups, we only have so much 60, 90 field space to go around. So unless we can set up some cones in the parking lot, maybe we can add some teams that way. But yeah, they're filling up nicely. All the Branson and Lake Ozark ones and the venues filling up nicely.
And we're going to be putting our schedule together where we're going to be here shortly. We'll probably release that in February with Dave on the show and talk about where we're going to be, what venues we're going to be at. We're hoping to travel a little bit with it and get into some places. Looking forward to that 14U championship game. And as I'm looking here, that was one of the things that did strike me. As Dave said, a lot of the older groups are filling up, but it's January now, and I think that's when you see a lot of the younger teams. They're waiting. Everybody's get past the holiday, and it's and especially all of a sudden you're like, man, it's 70 degrees outside. I guess I better get my baseball schedule done.
Yeah. Typically, second week of January after the new year, we see an onslaught. Lots of calls, emails. They started over the weekend. Dave and I, we do our best to try to accommodate and get back to everybody. But, it was the holiday over the weekend, and we tried to mix a little family time in as well. But, that's what I'm going to do after I get off with you guys here, is run down to the accountant and then back to the emails and the voicemails that were piled up from over the weekend.
It doesn't ever really stop, does it? I mean, it could be the day after Christmas at 8:00 in the morning, and you're going to have an email that was sent from Christmas evening because somebody's sitting around a campfire with another parent or something, and or a coach, and they're like, "Oh, I got to get that out to see what's going on." It's like, it's crazy to me because I found myself doing business on Christmas evening,
Roasting chestnuts, are we?
on an open fire.
You Mitch, you're right, man. I'm sitting down with them. We had the grandkids over. They got over about 9:30 in the morning, and we're sitting there watching them tear into their presents and whatnot. And my phone pinged, and I'll be darned, there was a coach signing up for tournaments. I said, "There you go. That's a good Christmas present for someone."
It's
just about then. Schmidt texted me. He goes, "Hey, someone's signing up on Christmas." I said, "Yeah, I love them."
Yeah, man. I mean, to each their own. Maybe somebody doesn't celebrate or whatever, but I just think about the family time of Christmas and then that kind of break. That's a time for us coaches and stuff to kind of get a little bit of a reset right before the grind of the winter training. And I'm like, man, take a break. Like, give me a couple of days to, be with my family. I might work because I might set up some, I got a couple of days off, so I might set up the off-season program. But I really don't want to talk to parents. I don't want to answer questions. I don't want to chase money. I want to just have that week to myself.
Yeah.
I want to go hunting and wake up late, kind of thing. And so it's funny to me because I think I was on Game 7 trying to look for stuff for our 14U team to get involved in, and I'm just like thinking to myself, I'm like, what am I actually doing right now? I was not the coach signing up, by the way.
Hey, it's welcome here. We're open all the time.
Oh, 24/7. You got to be.
You're
a business. You're an onlinebusiness.com. I mean,
.com.
Game7baseball.com.
There it is. Game7baseball.com. And that's the way it works. But I think it's great. I see, right off the top there, the Midwest Rebels going to be early in the season. They got their invitational. It's filling up. I know they've got quite a few teams in there. The Shamrock Shootout down in Branson starting to, show some good numbers. Arch Madness. Dun, dun, dun.
It's one of my favorite. It is one of my favorite logos.
I know. I dig that Arch Madness because I know you guys do that in concert, right around the time where they do the Arch Madness. It's always been the Missouri Valley Conference here, and they've done that. I think it's cool. I think it's I understand you have Shamrock and all that and everything, but I just love that opening week in April. It just
It's baseball season.
you're smelling grass. It's starting to grow and that kind of thing. March, you've gotten past. It's spring. It's officially spring, right? Opening season of Major League Baseball, right around in there. That's the one that kind of just goes, yeah, we're ready, we're here, we're ready to go. And I know there's earlier ones, but that one to me has always been that thought process. I like it.
I do too. I see that you added maybe a River Dogs down in St. John. Is that something that was just added, Dave?
Those were added early December. They've been out for about a month now.
Yeah, because
there's I think there's one almost every weekend down there. Yeah. Most of them are age specific, so when you click on there, just go ahead and they do two big ones for all the age groups. Excuse me, and they also they mix in because that's a turf field down there. They do some age specific stuff, from week to week down there. Weekend.
It looks like they're adding some here. They got quite a few on this Bloomdale KFC Knights of Columbus. They're adding some fields there, I guess, at this Knights of Columbus facility.
They're adding fields, and also they're it's going to come out this week. I hope I don't spoil their thing, but we alluded to it the last show here. The Ballparks National in Mex Creek at the Ozarks. That's a done deal. There's going to be 8 fields there. So there's 5 now. They're putting 3 more on the adjacent to the 5 that they have there on the same complex. And they're shooting for a completion date of summer this year of 2023.
Wow. Now, who's putting that together? Is that Ballparks of America? Is that
Ballparks National? Ballparks National in Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay. Oh, Lake the okay.
So there's 5 there now. Then they'll have 3 more to be a total of 8. They're going to have a full-size field and 2 others to go alongside with the ones that they have now.
Very good. Very good. So there's a lot of happening in the youth baseball scene. I love that. I like the fact that you have St. Louis, but I mean, these guys building these venues next to, Lake of the Ozarks in Branson and those types of things. I think those are great opportunities for a very nice weekend. You can go spend a few days, take a day off, a couple days off as a family, Monday, take the day off from work, and you don't have to rush back home on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Right?
I know you guys had Scott on, which was a good show, by the way, with Scott from Ballparks of America down there in Branson, and he mentioned the Show Me baseball camp. That's right on the banks of Table Rock Lake there, and nice 4-field complex there with 2 of them being full-size grass regulation, 60-90 fields. And I think they're going to maybe cut back the grass line to where you can have some 54-80 in there for some 13s as well. But really nice place there. They hired the guy from that took care of Springfield Cardinals field there, which was rated the top minor league ballpark for the past 4 or 5 years. They got him to come over and spearhead the maintenance over there at that Show Me camp. So that ought to be really nice as well.
That's cool stuff.
Springfield is an amazing complex, and if are down there in the Springfield area, try to catch a tournament down there when the Springfield Cardinals are in town and catch a game. Minor league baseball is so much fun. It's a very different atmosphere than when you walk to a big league park. It's much more affordable. You could pay to park, close to the stadium. And still take your family. So get down there and catch a Cardinals game. Plus, there's some talented young men down there right now in that Cardinals system.
Yeah, absolutely.
And catch them if they go down there and play Dearden, who's a fan of the show.
Well, I don't know if you'll be.
He won't be there.
No, he won't be there. He's in AAA now,
at least.
Yeah. So would have been.
Could have been.
They are Texas League too, right?
Yeah, they played down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did play down there. But great park, and that's a Table Rock Lake's a beautiful lake. It's a clear lake. It's a clean lake. It's not as populated as Lake of the Ozarks. So if you're wanting to try to get out and boat with a family in a pontoon or something like that, Lake of the Ozarks, or Table Rock is awesome, especially if you're a scuba diver. You can have a lot of fun getting in 100 foot of water.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Make sure you clear your ears. You don't want to blow up from the inside out.
No. I didn't know it was that deep. That's a deep lake.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You can get underneath some of them bluffs. They'll angle out underneath the water, so you can kind of get up underneath them and look straight up and see just the fish swimming under some of these rocks and bluffs. It's a pretty cool lake. Fish as big as me. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's big.
Dang.
There's fish down there as big as I am.
Catfish?
Squid. Yeah, squids.
Squid.
Loch Ness monsters. The baby versions. It's too small of an area.
We're telling fish stories now.
Oh, yeah. Salamanders.
So were you noodling using your whole body?
No, I have never noodled. So I actually have a friend who loves to do this, and he stuck his hand down there and thought he had a catfish, and it was not a catfish. It was a beaver that bit his fingers off.
Oh.
And so he has his his index and middle finger are missing from getting his fingers bit off.
By a beaver. Wow.
It was not a catfish hole. It was a beaver hole.
That
He
is
got
dangerous.
his 2 fingers bit off. It was. It's funny because so for me, I'm thinking like I would never noodle again. Nope, he still does it.
Yeah.
He goes in with his left hand now. He's a right-handed guy.
I know this is a baseball show, but you would be surprised on the amount of coaches and players and even some of the team moms that love the outdoors and love to fish and love to hunt. Maybe we put like a little segment on here one week. Hey, send us a picture of your nicest, biggest turkey or deer or bass or crappie, whatever
That
you
would be
caught
actually
throughout the
pretty
year.
cool.
Because man, there is abundance of hunters and fishermen that watch the show and participate in Game 7 events. You'd be surprised. I think it'd go over well, man. Send us your best picture in. Maybe we can work on I don't know, maybe a little contest or something for a free tournament.
Let's go. So here's
Let's
what I'm
do
thinking.
it.
I'm literally thinking as you're having this conversation, why can we not have a fishing tournament?
Now he went there.
You're already at Lake of the Ozarks. You're already near Table Rock. You're, Branson's close to all of these things. You have several lakes in some of these areas. It would be pretty neat to it might be a small tournament.
Well, I like this. Folks, start sending in your pictures. Go ahead.
I love that.
Go to youthbaseballmidwest.com. We have our upload link. You can also go to game7baseball.com, and there's an upload link for Youth Baseball Midwest, REP, all that right there on their website. Go there. Let's see some pictures. I think that's a great idea. I'd love to see that, Dave, because you're right. Most people, a lot of baseball guys, professional baseball, great outdoorsmen. They love the hunting and fishing and being outdoors, and that's where most of them spend their off season. Right?
You'll be shocked at the number of moms that are out there hunting and fishing. Don't just think that they're out there, with the bags of food and coolers and stuff for the, coaches and their kids on the weekend. Nope, they're out there, getting their hands dirty with worms, and trying to fish for bluegill, crappie, catfish. I actually, again, going back to the noodling thing, we have moms on our team that'll noodle.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And they will share videos of this where they'll be underwater getting rolled by catfish, and they'll have another person holding them trying to make sure that they are not underwater long enough.
Wow.
And they get into some 50, 60-pound, flatheads and stuff like that. It's pretty gnarly. They get out bleeding, blood's dripping down the arm, and they tear your shoulders up, man. But check it out. I think that's pretty cool because I definitely the moms and the kids on it. The dads are dads. You probably got some cool pictures out there over the years, and we do a lot more of it. But show us some pictures of those young men and kids out there, during youth season, getting himself a doe or a buck or shooting a big turkey.
I love that idea. Start sending in some pictures, photos, whatever you got, especially from this past hunting season, deer, whatever the case may be. And as we go through, I love that, Dave. And I think towards the end of the season, we ought to have a big giveaway. Whatever you guys want to do, we'll throw some stuff in. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, we're going to have some well, not really downtime for us, but, for the show, but, like the January, February, and early March, maybe we can get something out there before the end of the year and offer a free tournament or something. We'll have to come up with the parameters and whatnot, but let's do it. Like I said, anything like that of that nature, Mr. Schmidt, it'll come out of his portion, so he'll approve.
I like how you did that. I like how you did that there.
Dave's not here.
Yeah.
He already said yes.
He did. I heard it here.
Let's do it, man.
It's allocated out of his budget,
And we'll get this out on social media. We'll start pushing that. That'll be fun. Let's do that. That sounds like a great idea. I love that stuff.
It just shows it's just bigger than baseball, right?
Yeah,
it's more than just a
fun.
baseball game every weekend and going through that grind. It's like, what do you do in the off season?
Look, and this is what we talk about all the time here. I think it's why I enjoy Game 7, why I hitched my wagon there, partnered up with those guys. It's about having fun. It's about enjoying. It's youth baseball. Yes, everybody goes out on the weekend to compete, to play. That's what baseball's about. You have a winner and you have a loser. That's competition. But you know what? We got to make it fun. It's always been, we've talked about, they do a great job of putting together events and doing these things, and that's one of the reasons why I love this, and Dave is right there with it, to always try and bring some fun, entertainment value. Just let's have some fun. It's baseball, it's family, it's community. Let's enjoy it. That's what it should be about.
Can we?
That sounds good, man. Let's get together and get some parameters on that. We'll get it out, but let's shoot for the next 3 months here, and then we'll announce it before our first tournament in March. That way that they can plan for it and for that free event that we'll make it later in the year. That way they can plan for it and get it out there.
Can we do like a follow, share kind of contest where maybe I could take like a 13, 14-year-old, maybe 2 or 3 of them out with parents to a duck hunt? I'll sponsor it. I'll do it. Can we give that away as something for everybody to have a little bit of fun?
Brew.
Well, I don't have a youth anymore in my family to take youth hunting anymore, and one of my favorite things to do is to get young people involved in something else, and I have a passion for waterfowl hunting.
The only thing is, bro, I will go out, we'll have this, they're sending pictures. I ain't going out with the cameras. That's too cold for me.
I'll take pictures. It ain't that cold then in youth season. It's only like 60 degrees, maybe 55.
If we got a golf course contest, I'm hip.
Well, if anybody, how about this? How about we do golf, and then we ask the GM of the golf place if they need some waterfowl, harvested off of their property to get rid of all the geese. Yeah, because there's a lot of geese that love the greens. It's stuff that stays green all year, so they think they can just eat it and poop everywhere. So we might as well just take care of 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. I'm down. Dave, if you want to put it together, to create some content, some deal, because I know that there's those giveaways, the follow, share things. Maybe it can be involved in a World Series or something crazy like that, or event that you guys are at. I would love to take somebody out waterfowl hunting. It has to be with a parent. I'm not just, taking a young person out.
Sure.
Parent has to be there. Adults can't shoot, so don't expect to bring your shotguns, but I'll bring all the decoys. If we want to take the boat out, we can go anywhere you want. River, we can keep it simple and stay close to home. I would love to do that to the community.
Heck, we got some great stuff. We'll work with this, get this going on the first part of that, and then maybe through the season we'll work it out. I'd love to do this stuff. Guys, we got all kind of stuff. Look at that. You just watched it all unfold before your very eyes.
We did. We talked about a lot of good stuff today.
That's all right there in front of you. We ain't hiding nothing. We're as transparent as the day is long. Better than the politicians.
All coming in 2023. Look at that.
Ta-da.
New for 23.
We got 362 more days.
I love it. Let's bring it on.
It's not a leap year this year, is it? I'm kidding. It's an odd number.
I have no idea.
I think 2024 is our next leap year, right?
Oh You got me on that.
Did we?
I have a
Anywho.
friend that was born on leap year,
So he's only 16.
like 11.
Well, we'll let Dave usher off to Nashville. You guys taking off. Have a good time down
When
there,
is it?
Dave. Representing Game 7 baseball. Tell Jody we said hello and all the folks down there. Hopefully we'll get down, say hello to them maybe this year. We'll see if we can get a trip in. But, oh, yeah.
I ain't going.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll see what happens.
I'm not driving with Dave Schmidt, that's for sure. I don't even know how he drives, but based on what Dave says, Dave P, I'm not riding.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Look, and this is one of the things we do. There's like we're close to 1,000. If you like what we're doing, please hit that like button. That helps our algorithm. That helps us grow. That helps it push out to other folks that might want to watch the show that have the like taste. We appreciate everybody supporting us. We have the new logo that we refreshed up, representing the growth we've had. We've had a great time, growing with Game 7 baseball since 2017. We've had Mitch on here now for over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah.
Year and some change.
Working with him. We got some cool stuff. We got they invited us out. We got Justin Dearden on Martin Luther King Day at a camp. Justin Dearden's a great guy, big time hitter. Come out, get your kid registered for that camp. We'll have the cameras out there. We're going to have some fun, interview some kids, talk with Justin. This is what Youth Baseball Midwest has always been about, having fun with baseball, with the families, with the community. Share this out. Hit that subscribe button if this is the first time you're here. We appreciate it very much. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the support from Dave and Dave, what they've done for Youth Baseball Midwest. We do appreciate it, Dave, and we're looking forward to another good year.
Likewise, Brian, well said, and we'll catch you guys next month on the February show, right?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
I'm going to guess it's going to be right around February 7th. So we could talk about, you got maybe like 2 more days before, the discount's in. So take advantage of the discounts. Is it the 7th? Is it the actual 7th? Oh, we're going to
Game 7.
We'll be counting it down.
I don't know why I'm so excited, but I'm so excited. It's like a fat kid in a piece of cake. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Folks, we appreciate you joining us. That's righteous, dude. Righteous, my buddy Mitch. Glad you're joining with us here. Hey, everybody, have a great day in the Lord. All you pitchers, keep throwing strikes, and hitters.
Hit him a mile. You can't catch it.
That's right.
Unless you're Kershaw and you jump in that car and you drive around the neighborhood and catch it like in Atlanta or something like that. Just hit it where they ain't.
We'll see y'all next time.